Hello everyone, here we are on another Monday, Maker's Monday number 15. We're just getting started, so everybody come on in, give us a like, thumbs up, share this, tag your friends. I'd just like to introduce myself to anyone watching that may be watching this later or doesn't know me. I'm Laura of Laura's Stamping Up Legacy Studio, and I've been a demonstrator for a year and a half. And since COVID hit us, we've been doing our Facebook Lives. Here's everybody coming in. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in, everybody. So glad you could be here. So if you find someone not here, hi, Donna. Tag those people not here and tell them to find their way here very soon. They do not want to miss out. So, what's new? What's new with everybody? Oh, hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you tonight. I hope your foot is healing well. I know that a lot of you placed an order with the Mystery Hostess and got to try out the new website. And I heard that people were excited at how easy it was comparatively. I hope that was what all of you found personally when you went on the new website. Oh, good. Glad to hear that, Rebecca. And I'm glad you could come tonight. I know Mondays are hard for you now. So I know I've been pleased with the new website. There's a few things the demonstrators have to work out, but generally for the customers, I've heard very positive. Hi, Mary. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hi, Shirley. Oh, I'm so proud everyone remembered and everyone's here. And thank you for sharing your time with me. I'll try to be good with it. So we'll keep moving here. As people come in, talk amongst yourself, welcome them. Tag some people if you don't see people that should be here. I know you're all here to see who's going to win. But there's also a demo tonight. So, but first I want to share with you, since last week, what's new is they introduced the next paper pumpkin. The next paper pumpkin it's called Hello Pumpkin. Imagine that. And it has a fall theme. I'm sorry that's not in color. It's just to remind me what's going on with things. This one, I know up till the most recent ones, the last 4 months or more, have been cards in the paper pumpkins. And they occasionally do other things, usually twice a year. And this one coming up, the September paper pumpkin, is going to have 20 Cracker Box treat packages. I'm not sure what a Cracker Box is. I know I love stuff from Stamping Up. I know I can turn anything into a card. Hi, Kim. Oh, good. You read about the Cracker Box paper pumpkin, Kim, and you're excited? I'm glad to hear that. I am too. There's all kinds of ways to use things. I like to use things for classes when I'm having a class. So if there's something to make, but I think it would be cute. But they say it's celebrating Halloween, Thanksgiving, and the autumn season. So anyone that's a fall lover, raise your hand. I'm a fall lover. I like cooler temperatures. I love autumn leaves, all that good stuff. Cider, everything that comes with fall. So I'm going to love this next paper pumpkin. Hi, Renee. So, the supplies, they do say that the supplies that you're getting in this next paper pumpkin, if you're interested or if you need to, I need to re-sign up. I keep buying codes. So I think mine just ran out. So if you're ever wondering where you are with yours, let me know. And if you need to know more about paper pumpkin, it's the best inclusive kit out there. And it's very affordable. But I need some more fall stamps. I don't have enough. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Yeah, the paper pumpkin should be coming. Those of you that were getting this last paper pumpkin for August, I did look on my website, on my back end, and I saw that all of ours should be shipped and arriving normally for us. They had a few issues in other parts of the country, but ours are coming normally and should be here on time like they usually are. So that's the next paper pumpkin, and of course we've got till the 10th of next month to make sure that we're on track for that. I will, in the comments, post, like I always do, the item numbers and how to order all the things we're going to talk about tonight. So there was one quick tip I wanted to share with you all before I turn it down. And this is a tip about the paper cutter. So I don't know, who has the Stamping Up paper cutter? I do. I know some of you have it. And I know a lot of times you're always wondering, when do I need a new blade? When do I not need a new blade? So I bought mine, oh, I wrote it down. When did I buy it? I bought mine December 2019. And it's a great paper cutter. It really is. It has the scoring blade in it, and it has the cutting blade in it. But I was cutting the other day, and I noticed that it was, just today I was cutting when I was working on this, and I noticed, I don't know if you can see it, but this one, it was a little rough on one edge of this paper when I cut it. And you know, when it starts to ball up a little bit, it's tearing a little bit. And that's a sign that maybe the blade might be getting dull. But I thought, maybe some of you are better at this than me, but your paper trimmer blade can go up and down, of course. And I've been doing, yeah, this is an extra large paper trimmer. You can pull the arm out and it goes all the way out to 17 inches. It is a super paper trimmer. But, so I usually, some people push up on their blade all the time. Oh, there's paper in there, watch out. Some people pull down. I tend to pull down on mine. So I was noticing, oh no, do I have to change it? Well, I had never, since I don't go up that much, what I did was, all these blades come out at the bottom, I flipped it around. So now I'm pulling down with the side of the blade, because there's an up and a down side of the blade that I don't normally use. So I can keep doing as long as I remember to keep pulling down, which is what I usually do. But I do have the extra blades. So that's just, I know as all of us are ordering and thinking of things to fill in an order and what to put on your wish list, if you had the paper trimmer and you don't have a set of blades, put it on your wish list, because you don't want to be without. Because that's what I thought, oh no, and I thought, well, I've got my blades and I can switch it around. But that was my little tip I wanted to share about the paper trimmer. And yeah, if you need a paper trimmer, I waited a while. Like I said, I got that in December, so it's been 8 months. So those are good blades, and the other side is still good. But I have, of course, I was a scrapbooker, so I had other paper trimmers and stuff. Ours is so precise. I was always messing with my other, and which paper trimmer do I like? And I got one that's a rotary. I got this one, that one. This one seems to cut precisely on the mark every time. So that's my little plug for the paper trimmer, and to keep your blades so that you always have some. So, oh good. You got one of ours, right, Sharon? And I saw you asked a question. Someone asked a question about paper pumpkin. I will come back later and touch base on that. So tag everyone who's not here for the drawing after. We're going to do the drawing after the demo. I'm going to turn down now and get to the demo. I think you all saw the card and what I was going to demo. This was the card. And the part I'm going to demo about this is I'm going to demo how to do the inking that I did here. I sponge inked with some glycerin, because I was talking about glycerin last week, and how when you use glycerin when you're sponging ink off a stamp pad or whatever, it gets you more of a watery color look instead of more of a brushed look. So, and it's really easy to do. So that's why I wanted to share with you. So let's get down to that. So I'm going to turn us down. Hang with me, everybody. Thank you, Rebecca. Hold on here. Here we go. Yeah, all right. So let's, oh no, I dropped us. Please don't be gone, everybody. Please be there still. Hold on. Did I lose you all? Uh-oh, I did it. Okay. I hope you're all still there. Say you're there. Say you're not gone. I will check on the computer to make sure you're there. If you're not, I promise I'll come back. Talk amongst yourself until we sort this out, girls. I did this once before, and the minute I dropped the phone, it dropped the video. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Oh, good. Hooray! I dropped the phone and survived. Yeah, I've only been doing this how many weeks, and I still can't get it right? So here's our table, and it's a mess. But we've got it. Okay, good. That looks pretty good. So, and I did say I was going to use the Stamparatus this week, but I'm not using it to its full extent. I'm going to use it just to hold things still. So this was our card, just to remind us all. And I'm going to create the strip here. We're not going to make the whole card. We can talk about it, but I better not push my luck. I already dropped the phone. So I've got my piece. I put a little bit of snail underneath to hold it a little bit. It's not holding it perfectly. And the best thing to do, because you're masking really, is to get a piece, this is just an old piece of copy paper, and tear it, physically tear it so it's rough. And then you're going to use that as your mask. So you kind of want to check how much room you want, because you got to have room for your tag at the bottom. And just get it on there. And then I'm going to use the magnets, because these are super strong, to help hold it in place. So take a little peek, see how much room we got underneath. Make sure we're straight. Now I'm all discombobulated because I dropped the phone. I'll get over it. It's been a day. How about you all? Has it been a Monday for everybody else? It's been a Monday for me. But I was looking forward to this. Kind of gets me through. So, it doesn't have to be exact, because you're making something kind of wispy looking. And I'll tell you what, the magnets help, but then I use a little tape too, because you don't want this to move. You want it to be steady. But they are very strong magnets. They're holding through a lot. But I'm going to do a little tape too, just to be sure. So just a little washi tape. Never hurt, right? Where's my washi tape, girls? Does Tanya show up? She's got quite the washi collection. I know some of us have more washi tape than others. But just to make sure nothing moves around, I just wanted to do that. So, I'm going to use mint macaron and pretty peacock. And what you want to do, and this is the glycerin, and we talked about last week, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell glycerin, but Mary pointed me, Michael's had glycerin. You can probably find a large bottle somewhere online, a little cheaper. It was only like $2 or $3, so it wasn't very expensive. And I took it out of this bottle because I wanted something that kind of regulated it coming out, because you don't need a whole lot. This is just a bottle from the Dollar Tree, one of the travel sets of bottles. So what you're going to do is you're going to need some sponges and your inks. And I did, there's a magnet here, a magnet clip stuck to my magnet. But you just want to cut a little bit of a sponge and get it, I need to research how people have, I've seen people have little clips to hold their pieces of sponge. I'm jerry-rigging mine. But that's the mint macaron. I'll put that here. And then this is the pretty peacock one. So you can take one of those round sponges. I no longer have a round sponge. I've been cutting. Stampin' Up! Does sell the sponges. And this was a big round sponge. And I've been cutting little pie-shaped pieces off of it to use for quite some time. And you get 3 sponges in a pack for like $3 or $4. Very affordable. But what you do is you want somewhere to mix your glycerin and your ink. So I'm going to use this smooth plate. That's the plate that flips over for the Stamparatus. So to mix on. Some people take a large stamp block and they'll put the ink on one side and the other side is the glycerin and then mix. You just need a surface to mix on. Some people use a glass plate. You could probably use a stamp box if you wanted to. But take your inks and just, I hope you can see. How far can you see here? Hold on. Let me do this because you need to see that. All right. So you put some ink on the surface like that. That's all. Maybe a little more. I do have ink in the thing, but in the bottles, but I just thought I'd do the way I watched this done. And then do the same. That's a newer one. with your mint macaron. And just put some ink. Ooh, we got plenty of that on your, nice and juicy, on your plate there. I'm putting that over there. I don't think I'll need more of that. And then the glycerin, just put a little of that in the middle. Well, behave, sponge. And you don't need much but a few drops. That's probably plenty. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little drop right there. Shiny drop of glycerin. So I'm going to start, when I made the card, I did dark, light, dark, light, dark. So I'm going to stick with that. So I already have a little on here, but I'm going to take some of the glycerin and get some on the sponge. And then you're going to go and rub. See how it's kind of activating the ink? Activate the ink over there. So then I'm going to come in to where I want to put my image. And I'm just going to rub, and I'm going to come across it. You just see, and it's sort of more, makes the ink, instead of being kind of scratchier, it makes it more liquidy. So if you keep at it, you can make whatever, it's up to you how you want it to look. If you want it to look wispy and watercolory, and I'm going to come right down the middle. I said, it's such an easy technique. I kind of come from the outside in both times and then squiggle around. And then I'm going to come down, because you don't want to get too much. I need more ink. So I'll go back over. I got plenty of glycerin. I tell you, the glycerin goes a long way. So it doesn't look like much now, but when you take off your mask. So you just kind of work with it, and you can actually manipulate the color a little bit as you're going. You notice how it changes? I'll get this a little darker over here. It gives it kind of a watercolored look. It's just a different, and those of you that have used your sponges to try to get some color will know what I mean, how that's different. And then do the same thing with the mint macaron. I haven't used this one yet. Trying not to get my inky fingers I usually get. I should have a stamping grip and call it inky fingers. So, and then just start off your page or off on the mask and just bring it down and get your other color in there. And they'll mix a little bit. You gotta be careful you don't, because they'll be liquidy. You don't want to mix the dark and light too much. You want them to be distinct, because you can see they start to blend. Get a little bit more. And just come up here and do this to the other side till you get it the way you want it. I need a little more green to stand up to that blue. So that's, I think, good enough. I don't know that I have as big a window as I had with the other one, but that doesn't matter. Every card can be different. Let me get these out of the way so I don't get in trouble with them. I probably had way too much ink and stuff here, but so we don't get ink where we don't want it. This is a good time to have a baby wipe. So always handy, right? And just go ahead and get rid of that. A lot of ink on there. And you'll get that out of the way and you don't have to worry about it. You won't get it. I got it on my hand right now. I can see it. But actually, these pop right off, so we can do that with it. And set that way out of the way so we don't get in trouble. And get one little wipe out. So, we've got the base, but before you move the masks, we need to put the ferns and the leaves on there, because they are stamped off the page. So that was the second part of this, using the mask, is stamping off the page. So I've got all my stamps I need right here. This is out of the basket of blooms. So this is the little stem that I put the flowers on. And then I did the other little stamp here, mixed in. Those two were mint macaron. And this was done, this bigger frond leaf was done in Pretty Peacock. So let's get the mint macaron back. I like to do the lighter ones first. I don't know why. Well, let's do the big one first. Let's get this big guy done. Give him a good inking. Doesn't matter if he goes off. He's going to go off the page. And what do I do with my card? Here it is. Here's what we're creating, just to remind us. So go ahead and stamp it one way. And then you want another one. The other way. Okay. We have our Simply Chamois always by my side to get rid of the ink. And there we go, with that one's good. And let's go to our other ink, our Mint Macaron. This is a really neat color. I like this. So let's put a few of these in here. I think I want one up here. And one down here. Well, yeah, maybe one down here. Let's get this guy going. Where do we want our 3 blooms to be? Ended up being different on each single card. Need to go so they're away from each other. One here. And then one up here. And how about one over there? He's going to be upside down as well. Oops, hold on. I almost have more off than on when you come to looking at the page. And I think I want a little more of this, probably one here. Doesn't have to be all the way on. Looks like I might have had a little bit of extra frond there, but that's all right. This is a very forgiving layout. Fronds can go every which way. So there's enough of that one. Forgiving layouts are the best, right? And we're working live, which is always fun. But let's do a little more over here. A little bit more dark. And then a little more. I'm not sure if I can get where I want to be with this card where it is, with that Stamparatus. Yeah, I can. Let's just put this right in there. Okay. All right, so that's all the stamping. Now the reveal. This is the fun part. Hold on, let's just clean these up real quick. Y'all still there? I can never tell what you're talking about. Me, right? Whoop! I just dropped something. Don't look. It's okay. I swear it didn't fall down the radiator. Somewhere down there. All right. Clean enough. Now, for the moment of reveal, this is what you'll end up with. Get these magnets out of the way. These things are super strong. Those of you that have Stamparatus, I know Sharon, you have one. The trick is everyone puts washi tape on them to help you pick them up and never let them touch each other. That's the other trick. I'm just storing them away so I don't get in trouble. Okay. So then you just lift up and there and throw away. Now, the reason you use copy paper is it's nice and thin. If you didn't use copy paper, there would be a ridge line between the white and the color. And I did get inky. Kind of comes with the territory there. But if you look, it's a little wet yet. It takes a little bit for the glycerin to dry, especially if you might have been overzealous in an area. So you just want to let that sit for a bit to dry. That's a little bit thinner design than I did before, but that's all right. I mean, it's whatever you make of it. And I'll come in later and I'll put my 3 different flowers in there. But you can play with it and make all kinds of designs, but it's just a different way to make a background section for the front of your card. And then you can add in accents. I kept going and I used the punch that comes with that, or coordinates with that. And I punched the little flowers and put some dimensional. And I used the Wink of Stella on there. And then I used that other punch we talked about last week to make the flag at the bottom. And that sentiment was from the Butterfly Gala set. So Just beautiful colors, though. This was last year's In Color series. That Pretty Peacock, excuse me, was one of those. So that's the demo today, and working with the inks and the glycerin. So let's get turned back up, because I know everybody wants to know who won. So we'll get to that. Let me get a little drink here first. And we'll see what you all been up to. Cross your fingers, we're not dropping this phone again. It's usually not so hard to turn it back up. Oh my goodness, I'm low on battery. We don't need that. Oh, thank you. Well, it wasn't so good when you dropped the phone. I haven't done that since the second one. Oh, I'm upside down still. It's been a day. Yay! Thank you, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. So I'm glad we had a demo that worked. The demo worked. The phone part was the tricky part. So I'll just lower myself. So without further ado, the glycerin just mixes with the ink. And usually when you're working with sponges and you're trying to brush it on to the paper, it tends to be dry, and it has kind of a scratchy look to it, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing it right. But with the glycerin, everything just glides. It almost turns it into it's almost like you're painting, rather than just trying to scratch the ink off with a stamp. It turns into more of a painting experience. So that's the best way I can think of to describe it. And it just creates a kind of a smoother look. And you can blend the colors more. So depending on how you do, this was a little darker, this one here. And then this one a little here was a little lighter. So really lighter is better. It's a little tricky. Hopefully I'll, in a little bit here, I should be able to have a bigger spot to work in. So maybe it'll be easier to do things like this, but it gives you the idea. So anyway, let's move along. A lot of you are here tonight. Some of you are here tonight because we did another one of our mystery hostess drawings, and people put in some orders. So I have 8 ladies that are on the wheel that have chances. Some have a few more chances than others. Let me get this pulled up. I have us all ready to go. And I'll get the spinning wheel, to see who our winner is. Everybody ready? Let's see. Here's our wheel. And let's make sure the volume's up so we can hear. I like when it says, okay. So everybody's on here. And I'm going to go ahead and push. Good luck, everybody. And thank you, thank you. And we're off. And today's winner is... Oh, it was a close one. Mary, you won. I will get with you in about a half an hour or less after we end here to sort this out. And thank you, everybody. I really appreciate all your support. And I'm congratulations, Mary. So I also just going forward. Yay! Thank you everybody for placing an order. We do those occasionally. I will have another code started. I always have another link up, but if it turns into a mystery, I will let you all know. It just depends on what's out there and how many people want to order, and when we get to the certain amount. I think that way it's going to let you guys be in control of when you want to place an order. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's demo. Going forward to next week, I'm not going to do a live. Yes, Mary, you won. I will get with you in about 30 minutes. I'll give you a call or less once I hang up here. But like I said, I have a few things coming up the next couple weeks I have to take care of with the family, so there won't be a live next week. The next live will be September 7th. It's actually Labor Day, so we can celebrate together. Wear a hat, bring a drink. Oh, I'm glad you like the technique, Donna. That means a lot. I'm learning my way along through all these things, just like all of you. And maybe that helps people when they're learning. haven't been doing this for years, so it's fresh for me too. So maybe I have a little more intuitive of, what's the best way to do this, and why are we doing this? So that's kind of the approach I take with it. So I'm learning right along with you. I'm just half a step maybe ahead. And sometimes I'm a full step behind some of you. So, but have a great evening, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate it. I really look forward to this. And by me helping you all with your stamping needs, I'm improving my own. So I really do appreciate the chance to do this and all of you supporting me. So have a great evening. Stay safe until I can see you all in a couple weeks. But just because there's not a live doesn't mean I'm not going to be sharing things with you. There'll be things coming up, and anything new that you need to know, I will pass along. So take care, everyone. Feel well, and stay safe. And I will see you all in a couple weeks. I'll talk to you soon, Mary. And congratulations again. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.